Welcome back everyone. This is going to be part 12 of the i200 restoration. As you can see, we're moving along pretty well now with this. We did the sill in the last video. Since then I've actually flatted back the spot welds on here, cleaned this underside up. This is now looking pretty good. It's nice and tight all the way along there. So we're happy with that. We did try a door on, all the door gaps was pretty good. So we're happy with the way the door fits. On this episode, we're going to look at this rear quarter panel. We do have a repair section for this side, which actually came across in a pile of parts that I have. Unfortunately, we don't have one for the other side, so when we come to that side, we're going to have to make something for that. So we're going to have a look at this now. We're going to mock this up, we're going to try it on, we're going to make some cut lines. We're going to have to cut down this seam there, unpick the spot welds, and then restitch this flange there on the repair panel back to the inside of the rear panel there. So we're going to get this laid on, we're going to make some marks, and we're going to get cutting. We've made our cuts, same as we did with the rear arch. We've actually made the cut above our line, just so we know we're not going to go too far past the size of our repair panel. I've also cut a section out of this boot floor, because, as you can see there, this has had previous welding. It's not very good at all. So we've cut that out. So we're going to start with making a patch for this with a return edge. We're going to put a return edge all the way across here as well. So this patch will go return edge from there, and a full patch of a return edge all the way up to there. That'll give us an edge to spot weld our repair panel from the wheel arch to, and also the return edge for our rear quarter section. So the method we're going to use to make this patch is the same as we did for the floor sections. We're going to use the masking tape method. So basically we're going to masking tape all this across, all the way across here, and then we're going to draw our line onto our tape to give us the size and shape of our panel. We're then going to add probably 10 or 12 mil to the patch to allow for that edge to be rolled up and make that return edge all the way across there. Okay, so we've got our repair panel. What we're going to do now is we're going to measure this distance there to the inside of that, because our repair panel is going to tuck up inside there. So what we've got there is about, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, the light's shining on it. It's around 10 mil. So we're going to give our patch we've made and allow 10 mil for this return edge to be folded up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mark 10 mil onto the edge of our panel we're fabricating. Same on this end, and we're going to draw a straight edge right across, and then we'll lay our template onto that line roughly about there to allow for that 10 mil. Then we can fold this edge up. as you can see there now, guys, that's given us that 10mm we need. So we'll now place the patch against this top of this line, and then we can draw around our patch and start cutting that out. So there's our template. I'll get this cut out. Right, so we have our patch. There's our line for our 10mm return edge. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put this in our metal folder. These are only a cheap machine off eBay. I think they're about 150, 160 quid, something like that. But they're absolutely ideal for doing small jobs like this. If you're going to be taking on this kind of restoration work, it's worth investing in one of them. By the time you've messed around trying to beat this over the edge of a vise or a bench, you're never going to get this as straight as you would using something like this. So we're going to put this in our metal folder now. We're going to make that fold, and then we're going to see how this fits onto the car. We line that up to our edge, we clamp it down, make sure that line's nice and straight all the way across. Just lift it up. Like so. As you can see now, that's rolled that edge for us perfectly, just what we need. Right, so we've got our patch in there, which we just fabricated using the sheet metal folder. We've got our return edge in there, and we've put some holes in ready for the plug weld. We've also made a return edge onto this section, which we didn't cut out, but this edge was rotten out, so we just put a return edge onto the edge of that. We've also cut our repair panel down to size. We've now got that tacked in all the way along here, right around this corner. I've cut this section out here because that again was a really soft spot, so I'll put a nice little piece in here, and I'll create this top panel, top edge of this rear panel there, and I'll put that small folded edge back into that, just so it continues that nice line all the way across. So I'm going to now get this patch all seam welded up. I've then got to fabricate a finishing plate for in here, and that should see this rear quarter done. Might not get that bit done tonight. I'll probably just concentrate on getting this seamed up, get it flatted back. Probably come back to this tomorrow. It's quite late now, it's getting on for 10:30 at night, so by the time I've got this welded up and ground back, it's probably going to be 11:30. So that'll probably do us for tonight. Right, so we've got this rear quarter section all welded in now and ground back. This is obviously going to need a little bit of filler work. I'm not quite skilled enough to get that down to the point where it's ready for paint. I'm not that good, but pretty happy with that. That's gone in really well, considering. I've still got to weld up this rear arch panel. This is still only tacked in. I'm going to keep working my way around this, but yeah, that rear quarter section's gone in really well. I'll patch over the top again. That's gone in pretty well. We've got our spot welding down this side. There is a weld down here where I had to join that return flange on to this section that was missing. That still needs grinding back. So next time we come to this, we're going to be finishing off with these closing panels. Same on the back of the sill. And then we've got to get this section there done. And obviously add this little edge to that repair panel. But it's getting there. It's quite a lot of work been done. It's looking really well. Still got to grind this back yet again. Not got back to that bit. But coming along really well, considering where we was 2 weeks ago. This was a big hole. There was no chassis rails, pretty much completely rotten out. Jacking points was completely rotten out. All this is fresh steel. So yeah, really happy with that. That's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to have a quick tidy up in the workshop because it's an absolute bomb site at the moment. We've had that much stuff out over the past few days. It's just an absolute tip. So I'm going to have a quick tool hunt, a quick tidy up. That's going to be it for tonight. See you on the next one.